and welcome to this edition of Olsem Wanem. The words women and empowerment are significantly important to any developing society, and in today's PNG, empowering women is becoming a priority agenda for many, and rightly so. Let's take a look at some examples of women who lead and continue to strive forward, setting examples for all members in their industries and community. Olsem Wanem features Mary Pohai in business and Elena Butuna in education.
Okay, one plus something inside lo this la training blom mipla this la 25 Mary only go long training basic business training. Basic business training long how long save long pricing blongol, costing this la kai blongol, or then from costing all masave lo liglik bookkeeping blongol, how cash flow when we work, how this la money when we come in, I go out, all this la kind of something cash book blongol, only recording receipts blongol, na money go out, na money only banking, na money only gisim lo this la daily when I'm taking blongol, all this la something only this la all Mary 25 Mary only go inside, and then the next when Bali come in Bali go inside lo this la training, and then from this la training Bali go along more advanced training which is SME training. These women they did it, and I'm really proud. Even in this la all 15 illiterate women almost have a sign signature blongol, all me blaga training session, me got training session, me gisim all, and then only sign him signature blongol. And now they went back to the bank. Now only put him hide name here. Me talk him all to go back to the bank. Now you can sign your signature. Only go back to the bank. Now only sign him this only signature blongal. And signature blongal. So this is something that you me looking Olsem. You me talk long empowering women here. And this liar all this something from illiterate here. Now she knows how to sign her signature. And now, emi looking Olsem, saving culture belong in here. Emi save Olsem, and how much money emi got inside? This like if Papua New Guinea now, government can support him, mipla, and he can support me, and I can support me believe Olsem, a lot of these women will be empowered now. Only can stand up because time Mary empowered, Pigini empowered, Papa am empowered, community empowered.
I really believe in that girls must go to school, must go through as far as they can. And you don't stop there. If you are drop out at grade 10 or 8 or 12, don't stop there. Pick up the piece where you stop. You must, in your heart, to go to school, find ways and means. We are here to help you to get the education that you need, even up to the university. So I'm very passionate about it, and I really want to encourage young girls, women out there, especially girls in the rural area. And even the government, the school system must ensure that girls go to school, must ensure that parents send their children to school. I think that's very important. Not only girls, but also boys too. These are basic human rights. Education is our basic human rights, and I think women need to rise up, and women need to work together as a team. We cannot be seen to be divided. I think our aims, our goals in life are, we have a common purpose. And, the women are the basic educators of their children. And so we need to, work together to achieve. And, I would be happy to support even women prime ministers of this country, whoever can be the first prime minister of women. I would be there to support them, even at the provincial level. We need to encourage women to take up that leadership role, and we need women, especially in executive board level of the government, because there's hardly many women are sitting in national boards, and we need some women. Just recently, I found out that there's no women in the National Education Board. I think that is, a serious thing that, so we need to, there are a lot of women educated out there. Women need to take up a leadership role at the board level, at the decision-making level, at the provincial government level. And we as professional women, we need to encourage our colleagues out there, our women folks out there who want to take leadership at various levels to do the right thing, to take the leadership in the right way, in terms of good governance, be accountable to the people, to the community, and lead, lead the community and raise the standard up of women, in this country. I'm very fortunate to have a son, who is passionate about encouraging women, and he was here recently. And so I was happy that he can, stand out and encourage, be a role model as male advocate for say no to violence against women and girls. And I would encourage, especially the young people, educated people, to also, have a vision and mission to create, for us to create a good community. I want the young people to stand up and also stand up and say no against violence women, and be able to advocate for that even at the house or at the community level. Yes.
Welcome back to Olsem Wanem. According to the United Nations Development Programme, women and girls account for 6 out of 10 of the world's poorest and 2/3 of the world's illiterate people. It's definitely an alarming fact that has to be changed, and some of the world organizations are aiming to do exactly that. Olsem Wanem takes a look at World Vision, UN Women, and later World Bank and the PNG Chamber of Mines and Petroleum.
Gender is an important component of our programming. So when you look at all of our projects, we have components of gender that is to do with empowering women, equal participation of women in all of our projects. All our projects, they involve women, and so gender is more cross-cutting theme for World Vision. In Papua New Guinea, we hear that gender relations and related issues are common. Women and girls are vulnerable at many levels, in education, in literacy, in political, economic life, in employment, and there is also widespread of sexual exploitation, there is physical abuse, there is rape, and so a lot of our programs promote gender equality and participation of women, and so this is done through advocacy, advocacy that is awareness, trainings, workshops on gender, gender roles, human rights, gender-based violence, and as well as providing women with life skills, basic life skills, whatever gender issues, whether it be water, hygiene and sanitation, or it be mother and newborn child health and nutrition, or HIV and AIDS, or education projects. There is always a component of gender in the projects on how to address gender issues that arise. In empowering women, it also can have an effect on poverty as well, reducing poverty as well. And if women are empowered, women work together with men, we have sustainable, inclusive, economic, social, and political development and growth. So it's very important that women have basic information, that women are encouraged to participate, to make decisions in the family, at the community level, and at the national level as well. Yeah.
I manage the Women in Mining and Petroleum program that is housed at the PNG Chamber of Mines and Petroleum in Port Moresby. Since 2007, I've managed the Women in Mining project, which was implemented with support from the Japan Social Development Fund through the World Bank. There are 4 major components in this new project. There's business development, which will include adult literacy. There'll also be a big component on gender-based violence, eliminating gender-based violence. There'll be a component on artisanal or small-scale mining women who don't have the opportunities to attend this kind of training and programs because they're out working gold. So this time around, we've decided to have a special component for the artisanal small-scale mining women. And the fourth component is about empowering young people, young women, young girls and boys who have so maybe left school, haven't had the opportunity to continue their education. There'll be a special program for empowering the young people to give them skills that will enable them to feel that they can contribute and that they are valuable members of the community. We are very, very excited about this new project. I think it has the potential to really continue and support the work that we've already done.
Is it nationwide?
It is nationwide. The project is nationwide. It will be covering the 8 or 9 existing mines, starting from Simberi, Lihir, Hidden Valley, Pogra, Tolokuma, Oktedi, and also the oil and gas communities in the oil and gas sector, from Tari down to Kikori. And we're also, for the first time, we're also going to include Bougainville. So we'll be very, very happy to work to know that the project has also included women from the autonomous region of Bougainville. So that's wonderful.
UN Women is a UN entity, and in the UN system, our primary function is to work on gender equality and women's empowerment. Around the world, we address gender equality and women's empowerment in 3 ways, and that's looking at removing all forms of discrimination against women. We also look at empowering women through different means, and also working with men and women as partners in development. UN Women works on a range of issues here in Papua New Guinea, and some of the key work or areas that we work on are on violence against women. An example is our Safe Cities program, and those of you in Port Moresby will know about our work around the Gerahu market, and now we're proceeding into Gordons. What we're looking at in this project is to create safe public spaces, in particular at this time looking at creating safe markets both for vendors and also buyers going in, not only for women but for men and boys as well.
Welcome back to Olsem Wanem. If you haven't heard of Coalition for Change in Papua New Guinea, now is the time you will. In the lead up to the International Day for Violence Against Women on Monday 25th of November 2013, Coalition for Change takes the lead after achieving the Family Protection Bill in September this year. Founding chairperson and prominent PNG female lawyer, Lady Winifred Karmit, explains more.
We are 5 years old. In 2008, we formed a group called Coalition for Change. The cause of the organization was domestic violence, and our aim is to talk about domestic violence to people who are responsible for making sure that there are laws in place to change the ugly face of the prevalence of domestic violence in Papua New Guinea. UWA CFC, which is a group of women. There's 7 of us on the board, and our members are drawn from the public sector and individuals. We are a board of women, but that's not by design. We are hoping that the men out there will want to join us, because family violence or domestic violence, which is better known, is not a woman's issue. It's everybody's issue. It's a community issue. Coalition for Change and the board are just pleased that we were able to get together with the support of the people out there, the generosity of the private sector organizations and individuals who saw that we needed some money to do this work and gave us the funds. We also acknowledge the assistance and the support we got from Family and Sexual Violence Action Committee, that's FSVAC, and the Department of Justice and Attorney General, who in the end needed to help us to go through the government processes. It's a government law. the enforcement agencies are public servants, the police, the judiciary. So the government needed to take hold of it. Our CFC's contribution is that we started the process by providing them a proposed bill on which they then were able to look at, review, and then help with the process for approval through the government legislative and administrative processes, including getting it to Parliament, having it approved by NEC, having it signed off by the Attorney General. All of that would not have happened if we didn't have that support and we didn't have that partnership with them. One good example of where we work together on an issue which is of national interest to Papua New Guinea and producing what we can all now celebrate, an Act of Parliament which goes to help not only advocate that domestic violence is wrong, but the fact that this particular act wants people to have an alternative way of resolving their differences, and especially at the family level. Our special message is everyone should be aware that there is now a law in place which says domestic violence is not to be tolerated, and if you breach it, you can be dealt with under the law. The other message is that it covers both men and women. Right? If you're an aggressor, if you're a perpetrator, whether man or woman, you need to be aware that this law will cover you just as equally. It's not about beating women only, although the cases tell us that the women are the most sufferers and they suffer most grievous harm when there is physical exchange in terms of in a marriage situation. But I'm sure, and in our work, the work that we started, we also are aware that there are also husbands and partners, male partners, who suffer as well. The law is just telling all of us in Papua New Guinea that we need to respect each other. And it is a call that each person's life is important, and you abuse that, and you're abusing the right of an individual under our Constitution to be free of violence and to be safe in their homes. No, I just hope the government that takes the law into the next step, which is its enforcement, and everybody who's an employer, including the government, can put in place policies that will encourage some equity in promoting women becoming empowered.
And now for our special message from the Health Department. They bring us the information on the HIV program and awareness in Papua New Guinea.
This is the lead up to the World AIDS Day series that we started 3-4 weeks ago. We'd like to talk about prevention of mother-to-child transmission of HIV, also known as PPTCT. That's prevention of parent-to-child transmission of HIV.
The United Nations Joint Political Declaration with global communities, including Papua New Guinea, means that all countries that sign this agreement have to ensure that parent-to-child transmission must be stopped or reduce the number of infections in newborn infants by the year 2020. The National Health Department has already formulated plans to ensure this goal is met.
So some of the notable things that we've already undertook to working towards achieving these targets is basically doing a lot of training to upskill our health workers to do more testing, counseling and testing, and also scale up on the basic services to the antenatal clinics and maternal child health facilities so that we can be able to do more testing on pregnant mothers in the Ibadan province and also in the rural areas as well. Option B plus treatment regime, which is providing comprehensive HIV counseling, testing and care to pregnant women who test HIV positive and also tested positive to syphilis as well. That is to provide full treatment, full ART treatment, that's just antiretroviral to the mother as early as possible, because what is best for the mother is best for the baby.
The approach now the Department of Health is undertaking is to approach it in a very non-discriminative manner. So that is basically to encourage mothers who are pregnant to come to the facility to have their HIV status known. So instead of them going to the HIV clinic, which is labeled as VCT clinic and all the other names, they come to the Family Health Service MCH clinic. So what we're basically doing by integrating that particular component of the HIV program into MCH is to accommodate for that interest or benefit, and also would like to see HIV in that population of people become normalized. So it benefits. It's a win-win situation. Like MCH is able to get more mothers coming in for antenatal check because of the presence of HIV testing there, and also we're able to have more mothers exposed to HIV counseling and testing.
Under this program, training of staff is vital for care and counseling of patients, and equally important is the facilities provided to ensure the program is successful.
For the health system, the 700 plus healthcare facilities in country that are providing MCH services to the mothers are actually expected to roll PPTCT out, because it's a program that needs to sit in that capacity.
Approximately 34,000 people in PNG today live with HIV and AIDS. 84% about adults, 40% of the adults are pregnant women, and almost 31% are children. The the early infant diagnosis program jointly run by the Clinton Health Access Initiative, formerly known as Clinton Foundation, and the National Department of Health has done a very good job since 2008. Over the years, many children were born to positive mothers, and when the PPTCT program incorporated the EID program, or the EID sub-program, which is basically early infant diagnosis using special techniques, has managed to successfully treated children born to positive mothers, and after a period of 24 months of close supervision and treatment, as of last year, at the end of last year, the success rate of this program is over 86% or so.
And that concludes this edition of Olsem Wanem. We leave you with one special lesson we have learnt from all those that have participated with this program and throughout the country. And that is, women empowerment works best when we have supporting fathers, husbands, brothers and sons, We thank you for your support and encourage you to continue standing together in unity for gender equality and women and children empowerment in Papua New Guinea. If you have any comments or stories you'd like to share, contact us on our Facebook page. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your viewing on your #1 station, MTV.